Hi, this is Ken with a spiritual video called You Have a Choice, the Two Paths Through Life. There are two paths through life for everybody. Although it may appear that there are many more than just two paths, in reality, we each simply have two that we may choose. The first path is the path of what I call the self or the ego. That path is the learn path. Basically, everything that we've learned from the moment of our birth until throughout our entire life is the learned path. By accepting this path through life, it's a path where the emphasis is put on the self, on our self survival, on what is best for us, without true consideration for what is best for everyone. The second path through life is the path of the spirit. The spirit is known by many names. It's also known as the higher self. It may be called the soul, God, whatever you may call it. But the path of the spirit comes from within. It's a spirit or a piece of God accompanies every life, regardless of genus, throughout their entire existence until they die. With death, though the body may die, the shell, the spirit continues on, moves to a higher frequency of vibration, and it goes to a different plane of existence. Now, we each may choose which one to primarily follow. Both the ego or the self and the spirit will be with us for our entire lives. You can't get rid of the self or the ego. It will always be a part of you. The question is, which path will you follow? Which path will you predominantly follow through life? The path that you choose to allow to direct your life will choose the future and whether you discover true meaning in your life. For the majority of the world, the path they choose is the path of the self or the ego. They accept everything that they learned in their life as being valid. They believe that success in life is having a good job, making a lot of money, having friends, being able to do the best things that life has to offer. But success with the spirit means sharing. It has nothing to do with just self. It's realizing that every life is equally important and we are meant to help each other. For within every life is a spirit. So there is a spirit within me. There's also a spirit within every other life. And together, only together, will life be meaningful and successful. So we have a choice. Do we choose the path of the ego or the self? Looking at the world today and throughout all of humanity's reign on the earth, that is the path that has been chosen. It is the path of self-centeredness, of what is best for myself, without concern for what is best for everyone. It is the result of all the wars, the hatred, the prejudice, the negative feelings, the hunger, the climate change, and any other problems you can think of are related to following this path. The path of the spirit, however, is available for us at any time that we are willing to listen. It is within, and although its message is suppressed by the ego or the self, it is when you are able to not only begin to hear the message, which is when you awaken, but when you embrace the message and accept it as your primary path through life, that you will discover meaning, true happiness, and inner peace in your life. The reason we are alive is to learn this lesson. This is enlightenment. If we accept the spirit, which we can at any time in our life, as our primary director of our life, following its loving guidelines, its selfless love that it shares with all others, then your life will change instantaneously. Everybody that you know from your past your friendships, the job you have, the marriage you may be in, the family that you have, they may still be pursuing the path of the self or the ego, and you will find that you start to begin to distance yourself somewhat from them because they don't understand what you finally come to understand. Now remember, the ego will always stay with you. So although you may embrace enlightenment and embrace the spirit, there are going to be times in your life where you're going to be drawn back, where the ego is going to be more dominant. After you awaken, before you become enlightened, that's going to happen fairly frequently. But as you progress on the path toward enlightenment, as you accept the spirit or the selfless love within that you share with all others without any conditions, that will happen less and less until you reach a point where the spirit is directing your life all the time. When this happens, you have discovered the reason, the purpose for our life, the meaning of life. And with this, hopefully more people who come in contact with you will also embrace this message as they sense an inner peace and a love that they wish to maintain as well. Now, many people around midlife or different periods of their life may go through a period where they begin to question everything in their life. Though they may have a nice house, a lot of material possessions, they may have a good job, a nice car, be able to do a lot of nice things, they start to wonder, is this all there is to life? That wondering is the spirit trying to come through to let you know that no, there is more to life. That is the beginning of an awakening. So, though we have two paths through life, and though we may be following the egoistic path that most people follow through life, you can change the direction of your life by any time by understanding that there is another option in life, that by embracing what is good, by embracing our spirit, the values and beliefs that are within, that we can change the direction of our life forever. And in the same time, not only find meaning in our own life, but help bring back or help find the spiritual evolution of all of humanity. It is up to each of us to spread this message of love. It is up to each of us to find the other path through life, to embrace it, to share it, to care for other people without reason, to help each other. That is why we are alive. It has nothing to do with anything that we learned. A president, a billionaire, somebody who has everything you could ever want could be the loneliest person in the world and have no meaning whatsoever in their life. Yet a person who has nothing, who may be homeless, struggling to find sustenance or food, may have found all the answers to life, meaning, and inner peace simply by accepting the spiritual path through life. This is Ken with another spiritual video. Until next time.